just what's the vibe and the mentality in the locker room right now?
Yeah, we have a game coming up in a few days, and we look forward to change things.
There's been a little talk about communication, and that's something that needs to be worked on, just on the field. Just is that something you've been sensing and feels needs to be done?
That there has been talks about
Like this,
within players, or
Max said communication was an area that you guys have to work on a little better on the field. Has to be better. Just is that something you're sensing?
sure. I think that can always be better. We can all get better at helping each other out by communicating. Sure.
I know you weren't here at the beginning of Wilfred's time, but you came in at like March, April. It took a while to learn that system. It took a while for this team to get adjusted and find its rhythm. Is that what's happening right now? It's taking a while to learn Henrik's system and getting adjusted to new formations, new ideas, etc.
Yeah. If you look at the trajectory from beginning of season till, let's say, the first half now, I think you can see great progress playing and defending, and in terms of how opposition get chances and how we control the game. Obviously, second half is not good enough right now, and that's where we are. And positive is that we had a good first half. Negative is that we need to keep the same things from the first half through the whole game.
What's the disconnect there? That's not letting the first half come through.
I don't know. I feel there are some things in the pressure that we don't do the same way second half, and that leads us to become more tired or more locked down on our half and not able to play the same way. But we'll look at it today, and then we'll find the solution and work on getting better with that.
Thank you.
Malte, thanks for being here. I would go back a few games. I don't know that I've talked to you since. You and Wes, very close from the beginning, knew of each other and knew each other before Wes came here. What was your predictably your gut reaction to his disappointing news last week?
It's terrible. That's the worst thing you can see in all sports. Personally, for him, he was doing well, and it hasn't been long since he came back from another injury, so it can seem so unfair at times. So for him, yeah, I feel so sad. I feel with him, and I want to support him. But for the team as well, we need him. He's an important player for us, and yeah, but that's the circumstances. We can't do anything about it, and we have to suck it up. So does he. That's his career, and he will come back, and we'll find a way without him. That's life.
He's been through this with the crew. He was with this with his previous team, an injury after the Club World Cup, and things were a bit tenuous for the club at that point, so it was very complicated. But what's important for a player who suffers an injury like Wes does to remain connected to the team, remain connected to the facility, and contribute in any way possible outside of being on the field?
Presence, being here, doing your rehab here, coming in, even though there are days where you may not have to because of the schedule we've seen here. We've seen him here a lot already, and maybe he didn't have to. So I think that shows character from him, and that shows that he is willing to be a part of this, and that he feels some responsibility of affecting the environment outside the field. And yeah, we see that already.
Yeah. Is it fair to look at just the last 3 games as a microcosm of what may actually be to come for the Columbus Crew, in that the players have returned to a little more natural position, you included, as a left back? Coach even mentioned your name last week as a player who appears to feel way more comfortable as a left back and has to unlearn some of that left center back mentality that you had adopted over the last 2.5 years.
Yeah, I mean, that can be the direction we're going in. I think we also want to be flexible in terms of positions and formations within the team. I'm having some fun right now in this position, but I also had fun in the old position as a center back. So the versatility there is something that's good. We've seen Steven get into similar positions, and I know he enjoys that.
Right.
But Steven's been great as a center back as well. So there are some changes, and wherever we're going, if we're gonna switch it up or not, we'll do the best we can, and yeah, that is probably the trajectory. Yes.
One of the things we've seen over the last 3 games is the two of you getting into the attacking third, which is delightful. And there's been a rotation on field as possession unfolds and Columbus is able to get forward. Also, we're seeing shots created against the last 2 teams, forcing 9 saves on the opposing goalkeepers. Now, it should be noted as well that both goalkeepers that you've faced in the last 2 games are national team caliber goalkeepers. Do you look at this, and by the way, the 9 saves forced over the league average per game. Do you reconcile the performance or the results, knowing that in whatever stretches of each of the last 2-3 games, you were actually able to accomplish quite a bit, except for that final part, and you were facing a goalkeeper who is a national team caliber goalkeeper?
Thinking of the chance creation, yes, we think about that. That is the first step to scoring goals.
Mm-hmm.
Where we get the chances, I am not able to tell you right now, but the numbers that you're presenting here looks great, sounds good. Whether it's that goalkeeper or this goalkeeper doesn't matter. If we get a good enough chance, we should be able to put it away. And as I said, first step is creating those chances. Second is putting it away. So we're on our way there. I know for the fact that for the time that I've been here in this club, we've had similar numbers before, and it's a matter of time before we turn the luck around, or the luck that we per se don't have right now, that will turn around to maybe we have less numbers in one game and then we score more goals. So that will even out.
Potentially, Malte, you could begin on Wednesday a 5 consecutive game homestand in a facility where you've not yet registered a win in 2026. Is there any sort of pressure you're sensing from the group that the only way we're going to prove ourselves is by getting over that victory hump at home this week?
This week or not, the most pressure that we feel is within ourselves. I can tell you that, because we have guys that want to rip each other's head off for not winning in training. So whatever the numbers are at home or away right now, we want to win. But we want to win the most within the group. It's not about what's going on outside. And we would like to start.
Speaking of ripping each other's heads off, you know, one of the things that Coach said about this entire group when he came in, first thing he said was, what a bunch of polite people. I don't know if they don't have polite people in Sweden or not. You would know that better than I. Maybe they don't. And then I see these moments, the Atlanta game, last weekend against New England. Max Arston coming in on a shielded ball and just leveling that right back for New England. You don't want to play like a bunch of bums, but isn't that extra spice a good sign for this group?
Yes, it shows that we care, and it affects us, and I'm totally okay with that.
Okay.
Because that's where we are right now, and we can feel the emotions. Of course, we gotta control them at certain moments, at the right times, but we can also express that we're not happy with this.
Thank you.
Yeah, Malte, Henrik and Wilfried, they both had this sort of philosophy of enjoy yourself. It's not life and death. Have fun. How hard is that? Did that resonate with you? Does that resonate? And how hard is that to do in the moment when the pressure's on and with the record that you have and the games going on? What's that look like?
In the heat of the moment, things feel like life and death. But being able to step back and look at it also for what it is very important. So for me, it's this contradicting factor that sometimes it feels like life and death. I think I'm not the only one that feels that, but we also know it's just a job, it's just a soccer game. There are far more important and serious things in this world happening now also. So it's a balance.
Aren't they is the coach trying to get you to, in the heat of the moment, to sort of not make it life and death? Is that a message that has been sent through the last?
Yeah, it's about enjoying it, but you can enjoy something while wanting it a lot, I think, or wanting to do everything you can. Because also, if you just want to have fun, maybe you don't care about this or that. So it's a fine balance between enjoying it the most you can while knowing what direction you're going in.